Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. Folks, we are so proud of many more people, even today, announcing their appointments set up with their bankers. Yes, their wealth managers, accounts being set up. You have the opportunity to join them as well. Just click the link at the top of the description where it says Join Here Free. That's the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, where we show people with 8 steps how to be prepared, how to get prepared, meet the people, and schedule their opportunities with these people at the banks who are waiting. These are actual bankers, not pie in the sky, high level sources, so-called contacts that are just Casper the Friendly Ghost, whom you never hear from, never see, and supposedly exist behind a curtain. These are real people that are providing real information, real relationships with our members, establishing real accounts. We have members that are even receiving emails, telephone calls from these bankers who are preparing for their exchanges. You have the opportunity as well. Click the link at the top of the description. We welcome you with open arms. Today, Goldilocks is sharing very powerful information about the global currency reset and also how the global currency reset is really also, or should I say more so, a global monetary reset. Before we get into that, we're going to talk about briefly the messaging system that all banks around the world either have migrated to, connected to, or in process, which is ISO 20022. Let's jump right into all of this. Goldilocks is sharing that the deadline for global countries, remember, this is not just the United States, this is global. The deadline for global countries to adopt ISO 222 standard is by November the 25th, November 2025. Now, understand this. No. We do not have to wait for this November, for this to happen, for the event. Why? Because most countries around the world have already adopted the ISO 222 standards. November of this year is just the deadline. This is when the SWIFT network, which facilitates international payments, will no longer be the primary system, but it will run in parallel to the new digital asset-based trading system. Some countries, like the United States, have already moved their Fedwire payments to the new standard. Although in the United States, technically, July 14th is when FedWire goes live in our banking system. So it's safe to say that the majority of all banks around the world have already adopted. And just so that you're aware what this ISO 222 system is, this is whereby Ripple, the parent company for XRP, will be globally adopted. Why is that important to currency exchanges? What will be utilized for our currency exchanges to happen? For you to convert, for any of us to convert the dong, the dinar into any other currency or whatever currency exists to be converted into another currency, it will be done through XRP. It would be done through XRP. XRP runs on the messaging system ISO 222. What does ISO stand for? International Standard Organization. International Standard Organization. This is protocols. Think of a you have in your local town, you have roads, back roads, main roads. Then you have a main thoroughfare, like a throughway, or a thoroughfare, highway, which takes you beyond the small town roads. They take you beyond the local streets. Well, the ISO messaging system goes beyond the United States. It goes beyond whatever country that exists. It's a main thoroughfare, a main highway that connects all banks around the world on one system. So that those banks around the world that have countries from around the world, that has currencies from around the world, those currencies are able to travel instantly, convert instantly, to be exchanged instantly in any other currency around the world through this thoroughfare, through this highway called ISO 222, that's interconnected in all banks around the world. And there's a new language that exists in the new digital banking system that allows the translation from one currency to the next to occur. Why is that important? Because the translation enables currency exchanges. If you're exchanging one currency to the next, those are two different currencies. Those are two different languages. Those are two different mechanisms. The ISO, International Standard Organization messaging system, that goes live in the United States July 14th, which really it's actually in place right now. But what happens is all languages. Just imagine all the countries around the world. You have all these different languages, over 180 countries, and double or triple that in languages. Think of languages, technical, digital languages, electronic languages within the banking system that will allow the currencies to exchange and convert from one to the other. There has to be languages so that these currencies can communicate within the system. ISO enables instant conversions, instant translations, instant exchanges. Now Goldilocks wants to really emphasize the technicalities or realities of the global currency reset. The concept of the global currency reset is often discussed in economic and financial circles. Based on the context, Goldilocks wants to clarify that the true terminology is a global monetary reset. See, a global monetary reset is a broader, more robust term. It can be described with its significance and changes in the monetary system. This is the underlining of currencies in the banking system. This is the foundation, the monetary systems. What's behind the currencies? What's involved with the currencies? What's at the base, the root of currencies is new monetary systems. That is where we're at. We are witnessing a new global monetary system. What triggers a global currency reset? Again, what triggers a global currency reset? No, not what triggers us, like in the term of a switch for all currencies to reevaluate, because that doesn't exist. What does exist is a global monetary shift, whereby there are changes to the currencies and their values as a result of the new global monetary shift. There are several triggers for a global currency reset. The US dollar collapsing can be one. Countries defaulting on their loans and their debts can be another. Even tariff negotiations can trigger these. The absence of a global currency reset in favor of a country-specific monetary reset reflects more of a reality, is what Goldilocks is sharing. Nations face unique challenges that are easier to address individually as a nation versus collectively with a flip of the switch of a global currency reset. This is why we see countries like Vietnam, Iraq, and others that are negotiating with the United States individually regarding tariffs. They're not negotiating collectively as all these countries coming together with the United States to negotiate trade deals, because there is no switch that will flip for all of them to change their values instantaneously, like it's been said in Dinar Land for so many years. Many of the intel providers were just parroting, repeating what they heard by Johnny Blow, Guru, Susan Peck, Guru, Wink Wink, all these different gurus and intel providers that people follow and believe that have been spreading propaganda for so long. Some of you listening to this, you will be infuriated. You'll be upset to hear this. But I challenge you. I challenge you to challenge yourself and what you've been told. Because everything we share, there are receipts to back it up. There's always links in the descriptions that you can check for yourself. The biggest receipts that we are so proud to share is by you, the people, whereby you have established your relationships with the actual bankers and you're getting confirmations from the bankers consistent with exactly what Goldilocks has been sharing. But everything can be backed up with data, not with foo-foo. So folks, the reality is, when it comes to the global currency reset, the global monetary reset, some of you may say this is semantics, but it's not. This is all about you understanding what it is that you've invested in, what's behind it, and what you have prepared for. Are you prepared for a notification to just run out to the bank and you're going to redeem some so-called bonds or exchange your currency? Or are you prepared with relationships with the actual people who will exchange your currency and manage your wealth for you? It's all within the new global monetary system. And we are in the midst of a global monetary reset. A lot of our members are so intelligent based on their research within the Goldilocks room, official room, the dialogues room, and Wiley's Nuggets in Wiley's room. It doesn't take much. We have 8 steps that you can follow to help you to get prepared for this blessing that God is bestowing upon you. It's your choice. If you so choose, the door is open. We welcome you. We'll share it with you and show you the way with open arms and with love. Be well, beautiful people. Ciao, ciao. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.